Welcome back to the Jake and Bina show. This is episode 5 on June 7th, 2026. I'm live here from Maine, northern Maine, actually. I'm in northern Maine today, God's country. Um, I'm here today. I'm just waiting for my brother, my long lost brother, Jacob, to check in, see how he's doing in his recovery. Hopefully, we're going to have some other people in here checking in on their recovery too, see how they're doing, see how they're holding up. Jake and I, my brother, so my long lost brother, we just found each other after 27 years. We are both in recovery. Excuse me, and our shared demon has always been alcohol. Although I was the graduate of the two of us, my addictions basically escalated straight into prescription pills and later street drugs. But today I am 699 days sober from alcohol and pills, and I'm 2.5 years clean from all street drugs, including methamphetamine. We're going to be checking in with Jake here pretty quick to see what his sober milestone is. When we checked in last week, it was his 31st birthday, and he had just got to 60 days sober, so we're going to see where he's at. But until then, I'm introducing a new segment to the show, something I'm going to call Today in Addiction Recovery History. So let's see what was happening in the recovery world in today's history. And I'm going to take you back almost 60 years ago today. If you're tuning in, today is June 7th, and we're looking back exactly 59 years ago to June 7th in 1967. On that day, a young doctor named David Smith had opened the doors to this tiny rented dentist office clinic in San Francisco, California. And in 1967 in California, I mean, it was the summer of love. And a lot of these young people were flooding into San Francisco, kind of hopping on the train, and a lot of them fell into severe, heavy substance use. So this guy, he got this clinic in San Francisco, and he named it I think it's Height Ashbury Free Medical Clinic. But back then, if you went to a standard hospital from like an overdose, you were not going to be treated as a patient. You were going to be treated as a criminal. Times have changed a lot. And basically, yeah, I mean, it still happens today. Obviously not to that extreme. Like back then, that was the norm, was to treat addicts like criminals. It wasn't a sickness. But this doctor who opened up this free medical clinic, he like saw the crisis and decided that he was going to do something. And he opened the clinic on these like two core beliefs that have majorly impacted addiction today. And the first part of it was that healthcare is not a right, it's a privilege. And second, addiction is a disease. So these people who say this all the time, that addiction is not a disease, we've been talking about it being a disease since 1967. And the person who is struggling, whether you believe it's a disease or not, has a right to be treated with dignity. They don't need to be treated like a criminal. So this clinic that opened up in San Francisco, it basically just became like the blueprint for what we know as today as detox centers. So that started almost 60 years ago. I don't know if that doctor is still alive, or I don't even know what happened to this clinic. Maybe we can pull it up. But it's like, I wonder what he would think about the crisis today. Like, would he be happy with where we've come in 60 years? Because I don't think so. I don't know. The crisis we have on our hands now, I mean, has you guys been checking the news? I mean, I kind of wanted to wait till Jake was here to pull this up, but I mean, there's some shit you guys got to see. Like, have you guys seen how much money our government in Maine, just in the state of Maine alone, spent on opioid substance issues this last year? It was 3 million. And they still have 19 million in their bank, and they're gonna get another 50 million. So where's the money going? I'll show you. I found it. I just gotta share my screen. Oops. 3 million. 3 million. How the hell do I share my screen? I had this earlier. I'm sorry, bear with me, you guys. Damn it. Anyway, you'll just have to take my word for it, I guess, you guys. But 3 million was spent in Maine on opioid situations, I guess you could call it. And so you would think that probably the majority of this money is going into like prevention, right? No, very little of it is actually going into prevention, like 367,000. That's still a lot of money, but not when you look at how much is going into harm reduction, which is $1.3 million. Harm reduction, that's what we're talking about, like Narcan, handing out syringes. That's where the majority of the money is going, a huge portion of it, especially in Aroostook County. Aroostook County has triple the amount of money than any other county in Maine right now. They had $300,000 that they were spending basically on methadone, Narcan, syringes. Just the town of Bangor spent $8,600 on syringe cleanup. Not handing out syringes, cleaning them up because they're all over everywhere. But anyway, that's the bad news of recovery right now. There's still good news going on too. There we go. There is good news happening as well. Just want to make sure this is going smoothly here. Like, I don't know if people have heard, but Fort Kent here in Aroostook County, they are opening up a school, a boarding school for kids struggling with addiction problems. And it's going to open this summer, actually. It's a boarding home, so these kids are going to go there, like attend high school, but also stay there during the week. But then on weekends they go home. Is that really going to work? I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. It's tough to send the kids back home. I used to work for Job Corps, and the retention was so hard because these kids would go home or, go home on break, and then they didn't want to come back, even though they knew it was better for them to be there at Job Corps. So if these kids are attending basically a rehab and then they get to go home on the weekends, especially considering how isolated they are up north, like if you're a kid coming from like York or Cumberland County, coming up to Aroostook County to go to rehab, it is a good thing. I think it's great if they got there and they stayed put, but they're not staying put. They're going home. I don't know. I do love the model idea. I think we need more of them. I think that's the only one in Maine. I believe there's only like 42, maybe 45 recovery boarding schools for teenage kids right now. We definitely need more because prevention is key. Harm reduction is important. I would agree with that. Harm reduction is totally important. But the prevention, we'll see what Jake thinks. I think it would be awesome to own or run a school like that someday. I want to do something like that. I don't know what it is just yet. Like, I would love to have a rehab maybe one day. I'm not ready to do it yet, but like one day. Which reminds me, speaking of recovery news, there were these recruiters going around the Bangor area recently here in Maine and enticing addicts to hop on a plane for free and attend their rehab slash detox center, all paid for. They're just trying to entice these homeless addicts in Bangor to come all the way out to California. And if you look up their rehab, you can't, because they don't have a website and they don't have any doctors on site. They don't have any medical staff. Um, so it really makes you wonder, what are they actually doing? What are these people coming over here to Maine from California trying to entice addicts? I'm pretty sure we can guess what it is. It's insurance fraud, which, by the way, this more news. This guy just got nailed for insurance fraud. I think it was in Maine, right? He had a rehab and it was all like money laundering and um, let me look it up. Let me look it up. That happened. Let me go to the news. News. Just happened like 2 days ago. Oh, Kentucky. It was Kentucky. It was a massive Medicaid fraud. He was just, I don't know exactly. But anyway, back to these guys from California. What they're doing is they're trying to entice these guys from these addicts in Bangor to come out to their recovery center in California and give them all their insurance money. And then hopefully, what they do is they let these guys out early and then they'll just entice them to use so that they have to come back to the detox, and they'll pay them. They'll pay them for every detox unit. They'll be like, I'll give you $1,000 if you want to come in and detox for, just stay long enough so I can get the insurance check and then you can leave. And then we can just keep doing this over and over and over. And we both get what we want, because it's really actually very easy to open up a rehab. You don't need a doctor. You don't need a professional. You just need a building. So it's scary. Um, So that's what's happening. I don't know. That was a few months ago. Those were seen around Bangor, but it happens. Aroostook County spent $30,000 on opioid settlement spending by local government in 2025. 3 million total. They still have 19 million in the bank, and there's another 50 million scheduled to come in. They're spending $1.1 million on treatments in jail, including mobile outreach, whatever that means, community and frontline worker support in jail, 20 grand to that. Another 50 grand to youth prevention and intervention in jail treatments. But yet only, where is that? 50,000 to overdose education in youth like schools. 50 grand. How does it, I don't know. I don't really get it. But anyway, I hope that everybody can hear me okay. If anybody's watching, if you are watching, can you just give me a thumbs up to let me know if you can hear me okay? I don't have Jake to let me know if everything's all good. I might have just done all that talking for nothing. It wouldn't be the first time. But I'm excited to see Jake. We text off and on pretty much every day. But these weekly calls, these Sunday live streams, they're important to me. It's nice to have a sibling that I can check in regularly with. Um, oh, Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. It's nice to have a family member, that I can rely on. And it's not that I don't have any family member. I do have this big blended family, really. I've kind of, I don't want to say picked and choosed, but that's kind of what I did. I isolated myself so bad when I was in addiction. I slammed all the gates shut on everybody, and I did it on purpose so that when it was time for me to die of my addictions, I wouldn't have any guilt. So it's incredibly selfish. I didn't want anybody around to see how bad it got, and I also thought that I was just preserving my sanity by keeping everybody away. But since I've gotten sober, I've started to kind of let people back in one by one. But I've also damaged some relationships, maybe beyond repair. And I'm sure I'm not alone there. I'm sure that there are a lot of people in recovery who are trying to salvage relationships with their family. Because when you're addicted, you will hurt the ones closest to you, especially if they try to get in the way of your addiction. And that's what I did to people I actually do love. And I made really bad choices and destroyed trust with people who I actually very much miss. Amends, yeah. I get hung up on making amends, that step. Is that the sixth step? I get hung up on making amends because it says in the book, AA, to not try to make amends if you feel that it's only going to make the situation worse. That is my biggest fear every single time I try to make amends with anybody. Like, I just feel like I'm going to make the damage worse. It can be hard to know how to fix it. It can be hard to know if maybe it's just time to let that go, especially if you had a codependency with that person, because that was kind of in my case. This family member, I was so codependent and just wanted them to approve of me so bad that I wouldn't even be my authentic self. I don't know. Making amends, it's hard. We'll have to see what Jake has to say about making amends. Because I know he's kind of in the same boat, he's trying to recover, some damage, maybe, I guess you could call it. I know I definitely left a lot of damage. And I haven't apologized enough. I know that. I can be prideful. And I also, it's awful to say, and it's not fair, but I have a hard time saying sorry for things I don't remember doing. Especially if they were things I never would have done if it weren't for substances. It's hard to seem genuine in an apology for something you weren't even present for mentally, that you don't remember. People get so sick of hearing, I'm sorry, I was blacked out. I guess what the real apology maybe should be is, I'm sorry for putting alcohol and substances over you. I've never said those words to anybody. I don't think. Melissa says, some people that I've seen from my past, I realize are triggering. Yeah, I have a lot of, there's certain people from my past that I can't be around because they're too triggering. Like my adopted dad. When I heard that he was dying, I called him and relapsed immediately and kept calling him until I was relapsing to the point of pushing death, like knocking on death's door intentionally. That's not somebody I should be around. I tried. I tried. Melissa, out of my mind. What do you mean? Out of your mind? I do feel out of my mind pretty regularly. It's just part of who I am. What time we got? We got 10 minutes to 6, so maybe I'll just open the floor to just open engagement till Jake gets here at 7. I think he was going to a movie tonight, so he's going to try to be here at 7. We'll probably stay live for about an hour and just open up the floor. Oh, Melissa, yeah, when you were using, did you get psychosis? I definitely got some psychosis at the end there for probably off and on for a few months from alcohol. If I started to withdraw from alcohol, I would start like seeing really weird things. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I remember looking at the rug and it just like all morphed into like millions of toes, or like I'd hear like a phone ringing all the time, or like I remember hearing a voice like telling me that I had to go eat dog food. I didn't, just to just to clarify. It's scary, dude. It's scary. It's very scary. Especially once you start like hallucinating entire scenarios. When that happened to me, I wasn't sure if it was my bipolar or if it was the withdrawal, but looking back now, it had to have been the withdrawal. Because I wasn't just withdrawing from alcohol. There was some pills in there too at the end there. Melissa says, I feel if I used again, it would come back. Yeah, definitely, because like our substance disorder or our addiction, it doesn't like it picks right back up, you know. If we pick back up, it picks back up. Right on track, right where you left off every time. I mean, it might not seem that way like at first. The first couple days, maybe you'll have like a nip or two, but you're going to spiral right out of control because alcoholism is it's a degenerative disease. It's a degenerative brain disease, and it rewires circuits in your brain very similar to like riding a bike. And once you know how to ride a bike, you'll be able to jump back on and pedal it every time. And it's the same way with drinking, especially if you've gotten to the point where you've become physically addicted, or if you have drank to the point of blacking out over and over and over. But Melissa, I don't know what your drug of choice was. Were you a drinker too, or what was your drug of choice? You don't, and actually, you don't have to share. But if you're open, I'm. But I feel like all substance use disorders are a degenerative brain disorder. I could be wrong about that, but alcohol definitely is. And that reminded me, there was like a new medication coming out that's supposed to help with exactly that. Let me see where that is. Let me look. Now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. No, never mind. Yes, this is it. GLP-1. It's a weight loss drug, but it's linked to lower risks of addiction and overdose. And it's said to help fix the neuron pathways with your dopamine receptors. I think it's very new, but they tried it on veterans first. Researchers found that people taking this medication, GLP-1 drug, were less likely to develop substance use disorder involving alcohol, nicotine, cannabis, cocaine, opioids, and other drugs, while those already struggling with addiction experienced fewer overdoses, hospitalizations, emergency visits, and drug-related deaths. Interesting. Whoa. Wait a minute. So this is a drug. This is Ozempic. Why is Big Pharma trying to push Ozempic so bad? Anytime Big Pharma mass pushes something, it's almost always a good idea to not take it. You know, I mean, Oxycontin. Everybody remember that? Everybody remember how that went? Why are they trying to give Ozempic to addicts? I was all hopeful for a minute. This just doesn't even make sense. Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa. I'm catching up to your comments here. You got into meth and it destroyed you. Ugh. I had my own little stint with that. Alcohol was definitely worse for me, but I'm about 2.5 years off it. It ain't easy. And yes, yes, Melissa says we have the same PTSD as veterans. Yeah. Food is an addiction. You're right, Melissa. But these people that they're giving this Ozempic to, they're not addicted to food, they're addicted to drugs. I thought it was Ozempic like makes you not hungry. Why are you going to make addicts? They're already usually like on the brink of severe nutrient depletion. I was. Just it's something weird there. Don't make me get my tinfoil hat out here, but that's a red flag to me. I think that's very concerning. I don't trust Ozempic, not even a little bit. It's everywhere now. Typically used to help manage type 2 diabetes, but their popularity has surged for their effectiveness for weight loss. Some patients reported losing interest in alcohol and cigarettes after starting the medication. They tried it on over 500,000 veterans. Oh, Jake. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, I gotta mute this. Sorry.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, one second. I wish I had my headphones. There we go.
All set?
Yep.
All
All
right.
set.
Hello.
Hey,
How we
how was the
doing
move?
today?
Good. I was just kind of like going on a rant about like stuff in the news, so I got that out of my system.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
How was your week?
It was pretty well. I mean, shitty to start with because I was, dealing with that cold, whatever it was. But
Yeah,
got through it for the most part. I sound and feel a little bit better now.
that's good.
Walking the park compared to a withdrawal, so I'll take that
Toe
over
tap.
that. I'll take that over that shit any day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa says hi, and Steve
Hey,
says
Melissa.
sounds positive to me.
Yes. Try to keep it positive. Work wasn't
So
too
did you
bad once I went back, so.
so did you go to the movies?
Yeah, went and saw Backrooms.
I've been hearing a lot about it now.
It was intriguing, different. If you've seen the original YouTube videos, you can see where, it comes from. But it's kind of like a creepy movie, but it was interesting.
I love creepy movies.
It had a
I
nice
want to be
little,
creeped out.
all right. Yeah, it has like, it improvises that found footage feature a lot.
What is it?
Found footage, it uses that feature during parts of the movie, and which is kind of cool. I like Blair Witch Project, Paranormal Activity, that kind of deal.
Oh, yeah. Or
Yeah,
like Paranormal Activity. Is that what you said?
yeah, similar in aspects like that. It's like more psychological, kind of creepy horror. So I
I
don't
like
know.
it.
I kind of like it. I like that
Dude,
unsettling vibe.
I remember what the first time I saw Paranormal Activity, I thought it was real. Like I thought that it was like real footage.
Yeah.
Once I found out it wasn't, I was like really
Oh
sad.
yeah, the original one. Yeah, I remember when
Yeah.
because my dad and who he was with at the time, they rented it, and yeah, we saw that. I thought it was real first time I saw it too. So I was like, that's it was very
I was scared
unsettling.
because I was in like the 8th grade, so you must have been in the 7th grade,
Yeah,
or
it was
maybe
pretty young.
maybe even younger.
Yeah, because that movie came out was like 2007 or something like that. So yeah.
Were you allowed to watch horror movies like really
Oh
young?
yeah, my dad showed me the Saw movies when I was a little. Like,
What? Oh no.
yeah, I think he was okay with it as long as he was there watching it with me.
Yeah, I loved the Saw movies.
Yeah, yeah, he was fine with like horror stuff. I think the kind of movies he tried to keep me away from was like the more like sexual crap. I think
Yeah.
that's what he tried to protect me from. But
Oh
it's like,
God, if there was like anything sexual on the TV, like or in my home,
yeah,
it was like
yep, avert your eyes.
really bad. Everybody have a panic attack.
Jesus.
Somebody's bare butt is on the TV, like, oh my God.
Yeah,
And then
right. It is
weird.
what it is. But yeah, no, it was good to go back to the cinema though. Haven't done that in definitely a few years at least.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to the movies too.
It's crazy because it's like, especially when I was in Florida, like 10 years ago, I loved going to the cinema. We'd go a lot more often. But I think
Yeah.
ever since COVID, that really just a lot of people kind of never really they got so used to watching everything at home.
I
So,
think so too. Like movie theaters are almost like obsolete. I'm gonna like
all
switch this up. Is this too close?
right. Whatever works for you. I thought it was fine, but yeah, either way.
You like that?
Yeah, I mean, but up to you. You're running that kind of thing. As long as I can be seen and as long as I can be heard, which you should be able to hear me a lot better now.
Yeah, I didn't bring my mic or my headphones or anything. We're still up north.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was Brad was telling me that he had a hard time hearing me on some of the podcasts before. Had something to do with I think the microphone on the camera, whereas now I'm using this microphone and I have it close to me.
Oh yeah, I
So,
didn't even notice that. Cool.
so if you
Perfect.
can hear like that pretty well, then yeah.
Cool. So how's the sobriety going?
It's going. Still
Yeah.
going strong. No
Yeah.
slips, nothing like that.
Yay.
Not to say I, don't still have my moments. I definitely had
Yeah.
more of that yesterday, I noticed. Yesterday was more than what I was usually used to. Usually I keep it right at bay and I can just kind of shrug it off. But yesterday I was just like, oh, I really just wanted to drink. I think it was
Why?
because, well, it was still recovering from the sickness, of course. So there's that, not having your
Yeah.
top energy. But also, I don't know, just depressing weather I've noticed is a weird little trigger. Trying to think of what else was going on. Oh yeah, my dog has just been having issues. He might have like a parasite or it's making him just like have diarrhea.
Oh
And
no, still?
and
Yeah, I remember you saying that last
well, it
week.
wasn't as bad before, but like now it's just getting progressive. So I have to schedule a vet thing to get that dealt with because we came home to it last night after I got home from work, just on the floor. And he never goes in the house ever. Like he hadn't done that since he's a puppy. So
Yeah,
that's how you know it's like, yeah, no,
something's wrong.
he needs to go to the vet. It's probably it could be like some kind of worms, like roundworms,
Worm.
tapeworm, or something like that. The parasites they can pick up, and because I was giving them little bits of lettuce here and there, so I'm wondering because I do research. This is what I do. Saying they can pick up parasites from like unwashed produce. So I'm wondering if between that, it could have ate something on the grass. So
Yeah.
and he's 8 years old, so he's getting up there. So I'll schedule a vet appointment hopefully next week, and hope we can get to the bottom of it, and he'll be all right.
I'm sure they will. Vets are pretty amazing.
Yeah, and he's definitely a huge component in helping me stay that way.
Yeah.
That dog has seen me in some shitty moments. So
I know. I was kind of thinking about that with my dog. Like, it's going to be really hard when I lose him. Like, I'm just going to have to kind of disconnect my brain for a while, I think. Not
yeah,
like with booze or anything, but just like, just go into like tough Sabrina mode. Like, don't
um,
allow myself to cry for a little while because if I do, then I might cry myself into a bottle. I don't
well,
know.
yeah.
A
Oh,
little
Brad.
crying. A little crying.
Well, little is important. Sounds
Yeah.
better, Jake. Hello, Sabrina. Oh, Brad. All right, I'm glad it sounds
Oh,
better.
Brad. Hi, Brad. And this Steve guy, we were talking about. So listen to this, Jake. Do you know anything about Ozempic?
I mean, I've heard of it. I'd never used it, but yeah.
Yeah. So it's like this weird new drug that they're just big pharma's just mass pushing out there to everybody, telling everybody that they have to take it because it's this magic cure-all drug that will save your life. Now
Yeah.
they're trying to give it to addicts to get them clean off. It supposedly helps lower it. I mean, maybe it does, but I just am very wary of things that big pharma pushes so strongly because they did that with Oxycontin, and look what happened to our mom.
Mm.
I just think it's kind of fishy.
I have a
But
big issue trusting major pharmacy.
especially new drugs that just come out of nowhere, like the COVID shot.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, I got the first one when it came out, but I didn't get him anymore after that.
Same. And I only got the first one because I had to for my job. Like I was working in a group home, so if I didn't get it, then you got fired, and they did fire people. It was wild. Brad
Yeah.
says I am on AEP bound. What's that?
I think he means Zep bound.
He's what?
Zep bound.
Zep bound?
It's like a weight loss thing. He'd have to explain it better. But
Oh,
it's like an injectable type of medication, I guess.
oh.
And
I
it
guess it
helps
is
you,
helpful.
it like, I guess helps stimulate your appetite or something like that, and you lose weight.
Yeah.
So I'm mixed on it, but for
It just
some
makes me
people,
nervous.
yeah, but some people can't, like if they have a food addiction, for instance, which believe it or not, can be an addiction, even
Like
those who
I'm
deny
gonna do
it.
something. Oh, it's same as Ozempic. I'm gonna share my screen really quick just to show you something.
Yeah.
So, okay. Um, can you see this?
No. Oh. Well, I see a big black screen. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Like Sharon Osbourne. There was this really. That's not good. Okay, like people on Ozempic before and after. They're probably just going to show all the positives, but I'm telling you, like there's something scary about it,
Well, Sharon in particular,
like
yeah.
this Ariana Grande. You've seen her lately?
Oh yeah.
Or Nicole Kidman, or I guess there is ways you can abuse it, but
Like anything, It is.
I think it's scary.
And what's it prescribed for again?
It's supposed to be for diabetes or weight loss.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is just a personal belief, feel free to disagree. I don't like getting on prescribed medications unless it's like life-saving, only because of those unforeseen issues that can come with using said substance that you don't know how your body's going to react to, and
Brad, I was borderline and overweight, borderline diabetic.
yeah, that's what he means.
I do see how it could definitely help diabetes. I mean, diabetes is very, very scary.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, Jake. I mean, I do take medications for my bipolar disorder, but it took a long time to get there to like feel comfortable with what I was taking. And I don't know. I'm on a real low dose cocktail, if you ask me. It's not, it's not too heavy duty, but I do wonder what it will do to my body long term. I mean, lithium is not good, really. It's toxic. It actually is toxic.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not taking any medications.
Or like if they tried to put you on medication for ADHD, you'd basically just be taking pharmaceutical meth.
In a way, yeah. And then we run the risk. Not saying this would happen, but then we run the risk of what if I was prescribed Adderall and I all of a sudden find myself wanting more and more Adderall? Like it just,
That would be bad.
yeah.
That was how I got into pills, was just trying out Adderall. I don't know. Everybody was
Yeah.
doing it.
I was prescribed, a variety of different medications when I was a child, and they just led to a lot of other, like issues with my attitude. Like that was the big thing. It was supposed to help me with school, help me focus,
Yeah.
because that's the major symptom of ADHD is inattentive. You just struggle to stay focused, pay attention. It's a learning disability. And so we've tried these different medications, tried Adderall, tried Focalin, Vyvanse, um,
Dang.
Ritalin, I
Finance is
think.
some.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was a popular one when we were kids.
yeah. So a few different ones, and each of them kind of pretty much led to the same issue. And I was on a pretty low dose anyway, but still, I mean, I just never pushed that. When I became an adult, I just figured whatever, I'll just leave it where it was. There's times I thought about it, being like, well, maybe I'd react to it differently now that I'm older, but I don't know.
Yeah, it could be different in a bad way. Like all of a sudden you're just like an Adderall fiend. That
Yeah.
could be bad. I
Well,
don't know.
I
And
worry too. It's like I start that, and then maybe it does something with my brain chemistry. It makes me want to drink again. Like you just don't know,
yeah,
And
I mean, I didn't even smoke weed for the first, I think it was at least a year, right around just before a year, I started smoking weed again because I was like, I'm too scared to try it until, I was scared to get sober. I was scared I was going to mess up because
Mhm.
I always do. And I don't know, terrified of dying. So I was cautious.
That's what's crazy about us, is we all had that fear. We all want to live, yet we were doing habits that were literally killing us. And it just
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing that we do as
just
humans.
trying to cope with the pain.
Yeah. Steve Golden says, I wouldn't recommend anything that the government or celebrities use or recommend. Like COVID jabs. I didn't follow suit. These bastards worship the devil. That's why they look like death warmed up.
Yeah, dude. They look like death warmed up and they do worship the devil. I mean, I don't know. The Illuminati, I believe in it. I totally believe in the
I mean,
Illuminati.
the thing people gotta understand, I think, is context. I think when it comes to like major illnesses, because there are some major illnesses that I do think medication and treatment can definitely help you. But I also look at how our species, hospitals are a relatively new invention when
Yeah,
you consider the
they
history of
are.
humanity. Like, what do you think people did back in the day? Like,
Well, that's funny that you said that because I said this at the beginning of the show, like today in history, June 7th, in like, it was 59 years ago, basically the first detox center opened.
yeah,
Because before, when addicts would go to hospitals from an overdose or like trying to get through withdrawals, they were like, "Get the hell out of here!" Like like you're just like a criminal or whatever.
Hmm.
They wouldn't help them at all until the '60s, or yeah, till the '60s.
Well, the '60s were a very experimental time, and that's where what drugs could do really kind of came out into the limelight. And you can talk to anybody that's grew up in that time. They said back then everybody was just doing it just because it was normal. Like nobody really understood how addictive a lot of those things were.
Yeah,
Cocaine,
which
heroin were all relatively new back then. So
which could be the case for this like Ozempic thing. That could be addictive. I mean, that would make sense. Why are these addicts suddenly not wanting to drink or do drugs if they're on this other drug? It's because the other drug is the new addiction.
yeah,
I don't
like
know.
fentanyl or bath salts, which those
Yeah.
weren't prescribed, but still,
Oh. I wonder if bath salts are still a thing. I
I'm
got
sure
asked
somewhere
to
they
do
are.
them one time.
What was funny is that Michelle actually directly said that she would have never done bath salts, never did, and
Never.
never would. She's like, nope, that is like something else. She said, I don't know if she saw somebody that was on it or what, but yeah, she said she would never do that.
Thank God.
I also remember, again, just goes to show how things happen. When I was talking to my father not long ago, he mentioned that our grandmother actually, and this might have been one of the times you remember, came to visit or something like that. She wanted to like spend the day with us or something, and Michelle was pretty against it, and she basically said that she would never become anything like her. Saying, she said, that'll never be me when she was younger.
Dude. Oh.
And I think in hindsight, she did mean that, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
She ended up not even living as long as Jennifer did. And
Right. To anybody
Jennifer
who's
was,
like watching, our grandmother abandoned our mom when our mom was like a month old.
yeah,
I believe it was like a month. I could be wrong. It's in my book.
definitely when she was an infant.
Yeah. And then Michelle took off when our mother Michelle was like 14 years old, took off to go find her mom, did find her, and her mom injected her with heroin to show her why she did it at all.
Yep.
And then our mom had to leave and came back home and was obviously like a just tornado because she just had to go through all of that. On top of, she hitchhiked with a tractor trailer driver who sexually assaulted her. She
Yep.
came back home and she shoved her stepmom and had to go to a detention center and have a forced abortion. So our mom had a hard life.
And the reality too, and I almost know this would have happened, which actually helps give me comfort, not just because I got to know her a little bit. I really do think as time went on, the older we got, the more she would have opened up to us about everything that happened. I think we would have learned a lot, especially during our pivotal years. I think she would have really sat down with us. And,
Yeah, I do too. It's just so hard to accept that, like, we'll never get that chance.
right.
For me, it's like, it just sucks.
I mean, I didn't get a lot of time with her, to be fair, regardless. But,
Not nearly enough.
and again, I was still young. I was only 18, 17 when I moved in. Like, she could only, I know there was so much more she wanted to say.
Yeah. She told me that she wanted to tell me everything, but not until we were in person.
Right.
And
She
I
probably
was just like, no.
she probably had something planned out where she was going to try to get all of us together so she could like try to give her complete side of the story. Probably would have brought a lot out, but
It definitely would have, I
none,
think.
nonetheless, though, we're here to kind of give her what would have been her message. So
Steve says this jab would seemingly solve a lot of my issues today. I'm definitely up for being a guinea pig. And I could still partake in a relaxing smoke of cannabis now and then. It did say that you won't want to use cannabis as much if you take Ozempic. Because you're too busy wondering when your next Ozempic shot is.
yes. Yeah.
But yeah, Jake, I think you're right. I think we would have found out probably everything. I think that she wanted to be totally honest with us and she just thought that she had more time. Because she was doing okay, but then she got sick, like a
Right.
flu. I'm
Yeah.
sure her immune system was just like
Just compromise. Well, she
trash.
she had such a strict fixed diet of like just granola and yogurt, and like she
Did
would
she
get.
ever complain, like, about how she felt?
No, I don't think she wanted me to be worried, honestly. I think she just wanted me to understand that, she wasn't in great condition because of everything, but she could only do what she could do. She
It's
still let me eat whatever I wanted. She spoiled me as much as she could. Like for my birthday, she gave me $100 in cash, like which was money that, she got from her social security or whatever it was.
wow.
So she knows that money could have been towards something better, but she wanted to make her son happy. So
I'm sure there was so many things she wanted to do. I wish that I had
she
not been.
definitely
She what?
I definitely know that she knew she was sick. I think she just underestimated how long. She knew she probably didn't have extremely long though, and
In a lot of ways, it's kind of amazing that she lived at all. I mean, after 10 years of IV drug use, that's
yeah,
she had somebody looking out for her
well,
so that she
especially
could get that before she died. Oh,
yeah,
did I glitch?
well, especially when you consider the fact how many times she overdosed, and
Yeah. Did she say how many times?
if she did, I don't remember, but I know she definitely did, without a doubt.
I
And it
saw
happened
one
right,
one
yeah.
time.
We were little, we weren't being attended to because she was freaking overdosed on the bed or couch or whatever.
I feel like that was when you had your weird like memory of like floating down the stairs. Because
Yeah,
I
it's so
kind of remember
weird.
coming down those stairs and seeing her. Like it was traumatic to see her like that. We were
And who
really scared.
knows? And what the thing of it is clearly a lot of what we were seeing we didn't understand. So we were probably getting traumatized in the moment, didn't even know it. So
Yeah.
our mind might have just been like making things up in our head to like cope with the situation, or like I
Yeah.
don't know,
That
like
you were flying or, you were
not
floating,
flying. It was like feeling
levitating.
like yeah, like a ghost, just kind of floating slowly down the stairs. Like who knows? Maybe I was balancing my body crawling down. Like I don't know.
It sounds like depersonalization. It's like an out of body experience that your brain disconnects from
Yeah,
your body.
it's just crazy that there's so much I don't remember, but I remember that. And
Yeah.
then somehow after that, like I said, I remember going into our mother's bedroom. It was must have been the middle of the night. It was dark. Either that or super early in the morning. And like turning on the TV or something, and like drinking out of a Pepsi can next to her, and yeah, just
Hmm.
um,
I don't know. I
I
remember the
I'm just
overdose
telling.
being during the day.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's when this happened. This is probably
Yeah,
on the
I was wondering if it was. I thought maybe.
no. Yeah, I just wish I remembered more. Like I got nothing compared to
Yeah,
you and our oldest sister. I just don't remember a lot. But
that sucks. I remember just like replaying memories over and over and over in my head, like when I got put into foster care, because I was just like, you miss your mom, so you're gonna think about what you miss. Like, I just have like memory reels basically that I can pop in my brain, and it goes.
yep. When you think
I
about
wish
it,
I
that's
had
what.
more.
Yeah. When you think about it, that's kind of what life is a highlight reel. All your life really is just memories. Like
I'm obsessed with memories. Like I'm like
like
unhealthily
yeah.
obsessed with memories.
Oh, I am too. Nostalgia. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Nostalgia, I could argue, is a harder drug than freaking booze is. Like it's just you're always looking back in the past and always thinking of how awesome certain times and moments were.
Yeah. Sometimes
And
like making it maybe seem better than it was. I do that. I
oh yes,
like, oh,
oh
wasn't that
yes.
so fun when I was hammered and getting into accidents and
Right. And the problem, and one thing I hate about being, I guess you'd say an alcoholic, recovering alcoholic, whatever, is the fact that you really just understate when you're remote. I'm trying to find the right words. When you romanticize what you are looking back at, you're only seeing those moments where it was fun. Because let's be real, there were plenty of times where booze was fun.
yeah.
And I had a fucking fun ass time getting shit faced, especially when I would drink with some like friends. Like it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
wasn't sad, lonely, miserable Jake. Like, no, I was party Jake. I was turning up, listening to music, having fun,
Letting loose, being yourself.
seeing what kind of stupid shit we could do, and that was it. And then pass out. But
Yeah.
and then just the party stopped, but the drinking continued, and I noticed that I drink a lot more when I'm alone. Like I'll drink a lot with people, but alone I don't know. It's like having a
It's
cigarette or
it's
anything.
easy because
Yeah,
you're not like talking or socializing and like I don't know, you got
yeah,
this. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Just
you don't
Drink,
realize.
drink, drink.
Yeah. And even now, like even though I'm not drinking anymore, I still habitually like to have a drink on me, like a
Me
Gatorade or
too.
soda or water or whatever, just something.
Me
Because you're
too.
still so used to having a drink nearby. It kind of just becomes a part of you.
Yeah, it does. It's like I always called it my biggest accessory. It was like a permanent accessory, was a drink in my hand. I just always had one.
Yeah.
Melissa says, as you get older, the recovery time is longer and rougher. Really?
I mean, yeah. Well, that's what I hear from everybody that even if you didn't become like a full-fledged alcoholic, just in general, the hangovers are a lot rougher because your
Oh,
body weakens over time, so it just can't handle it in the same way,
true. Yeah, like
especially
when
when
I
you've
first
done
started
damage.
drinking, like the
Yeah.
hangovers were nothing. By the end of it,
Hell no.
my hangovers were like debilitating. Like
Right.
I was useless.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
because I was going
That's
through
me.
withdrawal.
Well, that's just it. A hangover and withdrawal are very different.
Yeah, for me, they just became one and the same eventually. Sometimes I could power through it and be okay, but like towards the end, no way. It just wasn't possible.
And you know how you get to that withdrawal point is you have to drink to not experience them. So that's what I've argued basically is what kept me drinking to avoid the withdrawal. Literally.
Yeah,
Not
me
even, not
too.
even, not even because I loved drinking. I mean, I liked it, of course, but it was more about I don't want to deal with that feeling. Like I would rather stay drunk and functional than be dealing with that debilitating bullshit where you can't do anything. Like
Yeah,
felt like
and
a walking corpse. Like
the anxiety of like it would tell me like you're gonna die, like you have to drink, you're gonna have a seizure, you're
yeah, your mind starts fucking with
uh,
you, and it's scary. Like actually is. And then
throwing
trying
up and like
see you
being
experience
mad that
more
I'm
of that.
puking because then I'm losing alcohol because I'm puking, so I have to
It's
drink
so weird.
faster.
It's so weird that you like a lot of people have here experienced like the getting like physically sick, like the vomiting. I never experienced that with withdrawal. For me,
Mine
it would
I
just be panic attacks or like having a hard
I
time
I've
talking.
always had a sensitive stomach, and I think some of it was like trauma related. It just ever since I was a kid, like everything made me throw up. When I was a functioning alcoholic, I didn't throw up. But when it got to the point where I was like
So
drinking
that
all day every day,
yeah.
the puke started coming. Like I would lay down at night to try to go to bed, and within an hour, I was up puking all night until like 10 in the morning.
Jeez.
It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
Crying and like, I felt like maybe I was dying and still trying to pour straight vodka down my throat. Like, God.
Yeah. You
Oh,
definitely got a lot more heavier with it, I think, than I did.
I just took the gloves off. I was like, this is it. I'm ready to just go out this way. I'm ready to like fit the bill of what everybody expects of me. Like, I felt like everybody just thought I was a fuck up addict anyway. So I was like, I'll just be one. I'll stop working and I'll just drink myself into a grave. And it happened a little bit quicker than I thought.
Oh, it doesn't take long when that's your focus.
Yeah.
It's so
Melissa,
bad,
even
yeah.
now, almost every morning I get anxiety. I do too. I actually get like, I get rage fits in the morning. Like, I want to,
Before you've had your
I'll,
coffee.
definitely need the coffee. Yeah. If I don't get the coffee, I'm a complete bitch for the rest of the day. Definitely need the coffee.
Jesus. I get that though. That's another thing. Caffeine's a hell of a drug too.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. I know. You know what's weird with caffeine is I've actually quit it quite a few times, but I
Really?
don't. Yeah, it is ugly the
Why?
first couple of days, but trying to see if I can function without it, and you can.
Yeah.
The short answer is you can. It's just it's the withdrawal from caffeine is more mood based, I feel, as opposed to physical. Like you're just pissed, like you said, pissed off.
Pissy. I do
You
get a
know,
headache. I get a headache
headache.
if I don't
Oh
have
my
enough
god, it's
coffee.
like your brain's strangling itself, like until you get that
Yeah.
caffeine. Like it literally feels like your vessels are squeezing. Like it, I hate it. I used to get that bad when I was drinking Monsters. You
Oh
know,
my God, dude. I would drink so many Monsters that I could just permanently taste it. And I just like smelled like Monster all the time. Like
God,
my pee was basically green, you know. It's,
that's wild. I
I
never
would,
had that, and I drank a lot of them.
you know those big cans? I would drink sometimes, I
BFC.
shit you not, like 4 or 5 of those a day, just to punish myself, just to see if I could do
Jesus,
it.
Jesus. At that point, you don't even enjoy the taste. You're just, yeah.
No.
It's
Oh
crazy. Surviving off,
God. Straight
surviving
gut
off,
rot. Gut rot, dude.
surviving off energy drinks, liquor, and scraps at the job. Like,
Yeah. The occasional French fry from the line or
right.
an
Yeah,
extra
because for
thing roll.
you, because you used to work the bar all day, basically, right? From like
Yeah.
the afternoon all the way till closing,
Yeah.
and that was basically the only time you got to eat was here and there, grab a fry or
I was too busy mixing drinks behind the bar usually.
and as the more you drink, the less interested you are in eating anyway.
True
You know,
story.
which
It's
that
really
for me,
dangerous. That might be one of the most dangerous parts of drinking.
yeah, and that never used to be an issue when I was just drinking moderately. That's when I became addicted. Literally, is where food no longer appetized me, and it would get bad. Like I would literally go like a week without eating anything, and I don't know how the
Yeah,
hell
me
I
too.
survived that. I was malnourished as hell, but it's like because you keep drinking and drinking, your stomach doesn't want anything else in it. It
Or
convinces you.
yeah, or you're like too worried about like losing your buzz. Like, oh, if I eat, I'm not going to
Yeah.
be as drunk.
Or then you're gonna feel tired. And you don't want to be tired. You get
Yeah.
through the day. And I would basically have to time it so perfectly where I'd have to fit in like a little window, like in the morning, like because I would usually get up early in the morning when I was drinking because I needed a drink. And then maybe later on in the day I'd lay down for a little longer, wake up, withdrawals start. All right, time to make another drink or finish the drink I had, whatever, until I passed out.
I did that a lot. I remember
And
cleaning up my
yeah,
house from parties and drinking like all the empties.
God,
Nasty.
yeah.
Melissa says, now that I'm sober, I have so much trouble with food. That's interesting. If
For me, it was the
I
opposite.
have a huge struggle with food and eating in front of people. Like that's my biggest like anxiety panic attack trigger is eating in front of people. And it's a symptom of childhood sexual abuse.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that until I was like reading a book on childhood sexual abuse, and it said there was a whole chapter on struggling with eating in front of people. I was like, whoa, it's not just me. Okay, I
I
feel a
just feel
little less
well.
crazy.
I kind of had that too. I just figured that was just social anxiety, though, not like
Yeah,
food
food
insecurity.
insecurity. Yeah.
Like, because nobody likes to hear like chomping sounds and all that shit. But
For me, it's the vulnerability. Like if somebody attacks me and I'm in the middle of eating, I might not be able to like have I might not be so quick, you know. Hyper vigilant. Hyper vigilant.
right,
Melissa, I had no idea. Yeah. We should look it up. It's a real symptom.
yeah, there's something for everything nowadays. That's for sure. Ugh.
I think it's the vulnerability. There's is like a thing of trust eating around, you know, like eating around a table with people, but it's also triggering for me because like dinners in my adopted homes were really not good. Like if there's a bright light hanging onto it like the table I'm sitting at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm flashing right back because that was where the worst abuse happened actually. Melissa, it makes so much sense. Yeah, maybe I can find you that article that I read, Melissa, and send it to you. It's interesting. It was interesting.
Hmm. Anyway, oh, yeah,
Any
I meant
users?
to ask you though.
Yeah.
So how was your week? Anything exciting or crazy happen?
Exciting or crazy? Well, today, the community college up here, Northern Maine Community College, they did a drive for my suitcase project, and they collected 40 suitcases. So I went over there today and picked them up. It was really, really cool that like they got the whole school involved. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Outside of that, back up in the county, which like kind of kills my soul, but it's nice
You're
to
off the boat for
see
now.
off the boat, which is okay. Like at least, living on the boat kind of has its challenges.
Right.
Like
Well,
there's
probably with
not a lot of
Jack.
room.
Yeah.
You're like kind of bumping into stuff, but it's fun. There's good and bad sides to either thing, I suppose. But I
Yeah.
make the best of it wherever I am.
That's good.
Outside of that, I don't know, nothing really that exciting, I guess. Just
Just kind of the same old.
same old, just plugging away, just thinking bigger, like thinking what I want to do next, like I want to start like really stacking some cash and like I don't know. I want to buy a property, one day. I want to be like a property owner. But my credit
That's
is fucked because of what I did, when I was using. I had a car repossessed. I opened up a credit card and blew 3 grand. I didn't make good choices financially when I was in addiction. So now I have to clean up the mess.
yeah. See,
It sucks.
I'm fortunate that I didn't get a credit card because I would have been in the same exact boat as you.
Yeah. You have
So
good credit or like,
I don't think I have any. I just never. I've always gone with just paychecks, debit cards. I'm just kind of more old fashioned, I guess. But
me too. And actually, I'm thinking like I might just try to buy my first property cash. Fuck it. A
yeah,
fixer upper, something cheap, like a trailer. I don't know.
right, right. Well, I'm trying to
Melissa says,
think.
yes, me too. Let's do it, Melissa. We can do this.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know I
trying to
can.
think a little bit more long term lately too.
Yeah.
Especially with like this new job, like I'm trying to approach it very differently. Whereas a lot of previous jobs would be just to fund my addiction, even though I didn't
Yeah.
look at it in that way. Like every time I got a job, I was like, all right, it's gonna be different. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna save up, get some things I want, but for the most part, be reasonable. But then within a paycheck or two, right back to drinking. So I had to ensure, especially in the first month of working, that get everything situated, build that foundation so you can start saving a little bit better. So that's what I'm currently working on, and hopefully in the years to come, figure something out. Because
Yeah. So you just want to build up that savings.
I never really got to do that. Like I
Yeah.
have saved up like a decent amount a couple times for vacations, but I never like set real long term financial
Me
investments.
neither. Me neither. It was
I
always
always
like if I
just
had money, I was burning it. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty shitty with money, which is bad when you pair someone that has a hard time with money with addiction piled on with it. You literally never have money. So,
yeah,
and if you do, what's it going towards? So
for real.
it's unfortunate, but
Well, now we're at a point where like we can start actually thinking about long-term goals. And
yeah,
I mean, I have all kinds of ideas of like what I want to do and who I want to be and what I want to work on, but you need money to do everything. So we might as well just start saving, right?
yeah, just grind through the summer. That's pretty much my
Yeah.
mindset right now. And obviously, take care of my puppers and all that, but
Yeah.
make sure he's
I'm
good.
I think I'm going to try to get into like a little more jewelry again. And I'm going to release my third book in just a couple weeks.
Ooh,
It's just more unpublished journal entries. It's like 30 Dirty and Dying, the unpublished
right.
entries.
It's like an
Um,
expansion pack in
so
a
that's
way.
why it was yeah, exactly. So like
And
that's why I
I'm
was able to
speaking
get it
of
out so fast.
in gaming terms because I'm a gamer, just so y'all know, of
Yeah.
course. Most people assume anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
so you get the game, but then there's downloadable content, DLC. So this is like DLC to your book. Like
Yeah. Like there's a lot of journal entries that I should have put in the first book because I found like a whole other stack of journals that I didn't even know about. Like I had forgotten about them, so they didn't go in the first book. So now I'm like, damn, like these are how 30 Dirty and Dying should have ended.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do like a real like traditional paperback book. It's going to be like a PDF file that people can read on their phone. I don't know what I'll charge. Maybe like, I don't know, $15, $20. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever
For
you think the value is.
That's the thing. It's like, what is the value for somebody to read my deepest, darkest thoughts and like secrets and terrible stuff I've done? I guess $20.
Yeah.
Come read it. I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty much the default price for pretty much most books, right? So,
I think so.
yeah. I
I
mean, if
don't
I
know.
were
I
to
might
buy
do
a book, that,
15.
yeah, 15, 20, depending. It all depends because what's great about a book, just like a movie, you buy it one time and then you have it forever. So if you ever want to revisit it, maybe catch some things that you didn't notice the first time. It's
That's
kind of
true.
similar. And you can do that with books. I've had that happen with a book I've read more than once.
Yeah.
So obviously different kind of book.
I just
Saving
want to keep
lives. Yeah.
writing, I just want to keep writing. And I write in my journal still every day.
Yeah.
I'm always writing, I guess. And I wanted to give Melissa the shout out because she said that she is going to be starting a book soon, and I can't wait to read it.
Awesome.
And she says, awesome, saving lives. Melissa's awesome.
Yeah. Seems it.
I like definitely think that people like if you have an urge to write, like write your story because every single person in the world has a story that could help somebody else. Might not
Yeah.
help everybody, but even if it just helps like one person, it's worth it.
100%. You
Or
never
like this
know.
podcast.
Yeah, that's why I encourage anybody, even if you don't know us personally, like outside of Facebook, like just if you know anybody that should listen to it, that doesn't want to be part of like this huge group kind of template and just wants to listen to people talk about it, open the
Totally.
floor. If and the floor is always open, by the way, so anyone can say anything at any time. We'll address it. So
Yeah, that's kind of how I see this as like a open discussion meeting, kind of like AA, but not AA. It's just
right,
a recovery meeting.
yeah,
Recovery stream, I don't know.
because even if you don't go to a typical AA meeting, it's still good to have that format. Just being open to discussion. It's not romanticizing the use. It's not saying like, oh, addiction ruined my life. It's because our life wasn't ruined. It changed our life and forced us to reevaluate our life completely.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
where shit was headed if I kept drinking. Probably wouldn't. I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. Like
I have thought
now,
about it and it's not good.
because I think, especially with you and I just know that if I were to start drinking again, everything would go down the shitter so quick.
Yeah.
It's just, and I hate that feeling of being vulnerable, not knowing if I'm going to be able to afford something or I'm going to be able to handle something, or knowing that the debilitating withdrawals are coming. Like, just that was the part of that. That's what made it feel like prison, was knowing if you did not get more, that's what was awaiting you. Like,
I know.
it
That
is
was
scary.
the scariest part for sure because it's like you used to just want to drink to make the emotional pain go away, and now it is out of your control because you need it to function.
Yeah.
And I'd heard about that like growing up, I suppose, that like it
Yeah. I
was
mean,
possible to get physically addicted to alcohol, but I was like, that is like
not
extreme
us.
circumstances, could never
That's
be me.
like you think of like a homeless person on the side of the road, that's what I would think of when I would think of an alcoholic when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Someone that their life was already ruined. No one talked about the process of ruining it. What led to that point, and
I also always thought I was like invincible. Like I felt like I
um,
was untouchable. I would get away with anything.
I think a lot of former addicts feel that way.
Yeah, I
You
wonder
know,
why.
you get
I guess because
cocky
we've
and
already gone through so much. Like, we're just ready for the next punch. Like,
yeah, used to the highs and lows of life, extreme highs and lows.
yeah,
Just knowing how unpredictable shit has been, like especially my life.
we're getting addicted to the chaos, I do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The thing of it is, and that was something that was weirdly fun about drinking. Sometimes was that I was so used to the chaos that it was like the perfect drug because it was like, yeah, this completely fits me.
Yeah.
I can just be wild and careless, and, not give a fuck.
Yeah, I identified with it probably too heavily,
Yeah,
especially in my early 20s. Like, I can remember, like, my girlfriends being like, oh, Sabrina, you're such an alcoholic, and, like, laughing about it. But really, they weren't laughing with me. They're, like, laughing at me. And just
yeah.
being like, yeah, like, okay, I'm the alcoholic of the friend group. I guess that means I'm the party girl. I'm always down for whatever. I was the person you'd call at 4 o'clock in the morning because you knew I was still up drinking. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah, that's.
Or
I look at it
I was
now
always,
too.
sorry, go ahead.
That was funny. Well, it's funny that you're bringing that up because I now look back at like back when drinking was more social. Now that I'm not drinking, I don't talk to any of those people, and
Good, because you gotta change your circle if you're trying to get clean.
yeah. And I'm not even saying it was their fault that I was drinking, but like just
No,
in general, that atmosphere led to a couple of relapses. So between that, stressful times at work, not with this job, because I kind of know what to expect with this job. Whereas when I was working at Hannaford in customer service, could just be one day could be not bad. Next day, complete understaffed, chaotic, bullshit customers. Like, oh, a bad day in customer service is a really bad day. It
yeah,
comes
no
with you
doubt.
when you leave the building, and it takes hours to go away, which is when you would usually drink it away. So,
Yeah, bartending, like, I had zero patience. I could be a nasty, ruthless bartender for sure. Like, there was this girl. I don't even know if I should say this. There was this girl that was mean to me, and she stiffed me. She ran my ass. We had a big history, a lot of drama. I was drinking at the time and I was on drugs. Not that it's like an excuse, but my mind wasn't working right. So when she ordered another drink, I put it in my mouth, gargled it, spit it back into the cup, and brought it to her.
Jesus, sounds about right.
Like, that's the shit I would do if I was drinking. I would never do something like that now. Like, I feel like I am a kind person. I
Or
really am.
would
But when I'm
you?
drinking, I am not. And I don't care what people say. Like, drunk words are not sober thoughts.
They
Whoever
are
drunk
not.
Sabrina, yeah, that's possession.
I and I am right there with you. Like some dumb shit that was said or done when you were actively in addiction drinking is not a reflection of who you are at all as a person.
No,
Because you are not who you are when you're like that. You know?
no,
And I used to believe that drunk words were sober thoughts when I was like a lot younger.
me
I was
too.
because people would sing about it, but like now I look at it as like, oh hell no, I don't know who the fuck that was. Like,
It's like, yeah, maybe after like one drink, a person might be more likely to tell the truth. But like, I was drinking 25 drinks.
yeah,
So I don't
exactly.
know who that was, but it wasn't me.
Nope.
I was talking about that earlier that like, I have a hard job apologizing for things that I did when I was drunk because I don't remember it.
I don't remember a lot either.
So it's hard to say I'm sorry when I don't even. How's it going to be genuine? I don't even know what I did. I guess really what I should say is I'm sorry for drinking, or like I'm sorry for putting alcohol over you. Like, I should have said that to our older sister, and I haven't really.
Yeah. Well, the ball's in your court, and the court can always remain open. It's really up to you.
Yeah.
All I can do, I can't apologize to everybody for who my drinking affected, but all I can say is that I'm doing what I'm doing now, and that doesn't, and for people who do drink, that doesn't mean I can't associate with them or anything.
Right.
I'm not going to associate with somebody who's living a lifestyle of active addiction. That's one line I couldn't cross.
Yeah.
Because not even because it would drive me to drink, but just I don't want to have to experience all of it to any degree, unless it's in this format to help someone.
Right.
That's different, having an open discussion. But
Like I talked to this woman today who like asked me if I'd ever thought of mentoring teenagers, and like she had some in mind. I don't know. I think it would be cool, but
yeah,
I love working with that age group. Like
at risk youth,
yeah,
because that's what we were, at risk youth. So
I love it. Like it
yeah,
feeds something in my soul. I don't know. Cuz prevention is so important.
it's true.
Not enough prevention.
No.
And not enough mentors for these kids.
I think
I
it's not even that there's not enough people doing it, because there are a lot of people that are
yeah.
speaking against it. It's just there's too many people that aren't making themselves come at it differently, if you know what I mean. It's all about not the message, it's the way you're translating the message.
Yeah.
You have to appeal to a lot of people, and so many people have a personal agenda, I think, with what they're doing, instead of just focusing corely on what it should be about, talking about the addiction or or whatever it is, of trauma. Because trauma correlates to addiction 9 times out of 10. I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
So
Melissa says that's what I do now.
yeah. So
Mentorships are great. That's basically what sponsors are. Sponsors, sponsees.
yeah,
I did go to an AA meeting. It was awesome because there was a lot of people there. There was a guy there who had 6 hours sober. It was crazy. But
yeah.
when it was like my turn to talk, like I almost started crying because I just was so anxious. I was like shaking because people are looking at me, and I don't know. It's then I don't even say anything that's really helpful to me. I'm just rambling.
I went into an AA meeting while I was drinking before. Like,
Really?
yeah, well, I literally had a drink with me. They didn't know that. I mean, they could have assumed, but I wasn't drunk. Not like I wasn't messed up. Point being,
Yeah.
I was still very much functional. But
Did you go by yourself, or like what was
well,
the
I got dropped off and went in there, did it. And I still went through it. I still listened and talked and everything. I don't know why, but because
what'd
they
you say?
say that is a big thing. Like, don't go into an AA meeting drunk. Like, or
Yeah.
while you're currently doing it, because that's like completely defeating the purpose. But
Hey, if it's what you needed in the moment, then screw their rules. I mean, I'm
right.
sure that they would I feel like they
Well,
would be okay.
my mindset was that I was about to quit anyway, so I figured, fuck it, I'll bring it in with me if this is the last time I'm gonna drink. But
Hey, I've been there. The first time I got transported to a psych unit, I had to go by ambulance, and it was a like 5 hour ambulance ride.
jeez,
And they had me strapped down so I couldn't move. But the whole time, that whole ride, all I could think about was like how I could get the beer that was in my purse because I had like a man can of beer in there. So the whole time I'm just like wiggling, trying to like get the crazy, dude.
Jesus, I'm surprised you didn't just flat out ask.
I probably thought about it.
It's like, listen, I know where I'm going. Can I please just have what's left? Yeah.
The last time I had to take an ambulance, I got in there and I'm just screaming for fentanyl.
Mm.
Anything. I'm like, just give me something, just give me something. And then I wouldn't lay down on the stretcher, so they like had to force me onto it, and I'm screaming. It was kind of traumatic actually, but all by
I
my own
believe it.
doing,
Yeah.
sort of. Depends
Yeah.
how you think about it.
Me going back in the ambulance truck. I don't even really remember it. That's how
Yeah.
bad. That's how intoxicated I was when I had the .418 or whatever. Like, don't remember shit. I just remember very few blurs and images and saying maybe some dumb things. And then next thing I know, a few hours later, I wake up on hospital bed with an IV in my arm.
I've
It,
been
like
there.
I told you, I think last time, like it felt surreal. Like it did not feel real at all. Felt like I was gonna freak the fuck out. Like how in the hell did I end up in this position? Like
It's really scary, especially to wake up alone. Nobody there to explain things to you.
yeah, apparently I was like yelling for the nurses and like just. I remember it was hell for them to get me out of the house. Like I kept refusing to the point where like the cop literally gets to have a cop with you for situations like that. He's
Yeah.
saying, we basically have two options here. You can go in to the ambulance truck, which I was too debilitated to do shit on my own, or put the cuffs on you and get in the back of the cruiser, and that's going to be a much more uncomfortable ride.
Oh,
So
wow.
if I, had created an issue, which he was probably, they're trained to be prepared for anything. I'm
Yeah.
sure that wouldn't have been his first stint dealing with someone intoxicated. But their first
Damn.
priority, I didn't see it that way, was them getting you help because they didn't know how much I'd had. So it's like, for all you know, if I didn't go to the hospital, that could have been it.
Yeah.
Especially once the withdrawal started from that much drinking without anything, not eating, just pure, yeah.
No, it's very good that you went.
It wasn't my choice. You can thank someone else for making sure I went.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you,
yeah,
someone else.
it'd be Brad.
I know.
Yeah.
That
But
happened to me
anyway,
too. Like I woke up in the ER after an overdose and I just wanted out of there. They were like, you have to stay, you have to stay. But it was Thanksgiving Day, actually, 2023.
well,
And I was like, just give me my clothes so I can check myself out of here. So they give me a bag with my clothes in it. I go to put the hoodie on and it just falls off my body. I'm like, what the fuck? Pick it up. It's sliced down the middle. Did you hear that? Did I just glitch? Oh.
no, I heard you. Yeah.
They had cut my clothes off me in the ambulance ride because they had to like put the all I woke up with those things all over me to jump your heart.
Mm. It's
Yeah.
some of the crazy shit that happens
And
in
I
these
didn't remember
experiences.
any of it. Like
Nope.
went home to just a disaster of an apartment Thanksgiving Day. I remember I just had a ginger ale and was like, what the fuck is my life becoming, dude? What is this? But I still just couldn't stop drinking because I didn't have any support. I didn't have a single person in my life at the time who gave a shit about me. Because
Nope.
I'd either screwed it up, pushed them away, or they deserved to be away. So then I was on a suicide mission for quite a while until I met my current boyfriend, Chad. And that was when everything changed because I finally had somebody who was going to listen to me and hold me as I cried and tell me it was going to be okay and take care of me, you know?
Important to have.
Like that's literally what I needed was to just put down the alcohol and have that support person.
Have that person, and then after them find a community, of course,
Yeah.
or not even find one, make your own, like we're doing.
Yeah.
We're creating a
Totally.
little mini community here, and I love that. So keep
You
fighting the good
definitely
fight.
need connection. You have to have connection to like other people
Yeah.
outside of yourself, which is hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're right at the hour mark. Probably wrap this show up. I wish we had more viewers
Yeah.
this time, but I love you, Melissa, for staying with us and chatting with us.
Yeah. And if anyone does come in here and just wants to listen, that is completely fine too. I'm not going to
Yeah.
judge. You don't feel obligated to say anything.
Yeah, well, I
So.
won't call you out probably. I mean, I might.
Yeah, like, I see you in there.
All
See you
right.
lurking. But
Well,
yeah,
this was a
no,
good call. Stay strong, one day at a time.
exactly. And I'll give one more shout out if anybody wants support real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to say anything? I think it might
Melissa
just be
said,
Melissa. But,
yeah, she said thank you.
and you're welcome, Melissa. Thanks for tuning in and listening. We appreciate you.
I love our show. And guys, you could also check out our Facebook page, The Jake and Bina Show. I always drop the full episode that I put on YouTube. I've also started putting them on Spotify for anybody who just wants the audio. And also, I usually post a lot of clips on TikTok. So visit our Facebook page, find my TikTok, get at one of us. We're here for you
Yes.
in the digital world.
As good as we can be right now.
And Melissa says it best. Have a good night.
Yes.
It's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go jump
Have
in
a good
bed
night.
and like eat junk food.
Sounds like a good plan. I'm going to go probably play some games. I haven't really gotten to do anything of that.
Are you
today.
streaming?
I'm thinking about it. I do want to see how this mic works with the stream. So I might do a little test run, see how it goes.
Cool. Well, good luck and have fun. And I love you.
Love you too.
And I miss you.
Miss you. Yeah, we'll definitely need to get something planned here soon, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Bye, guys.
All right, everyone. Take care. See you, sis.
Bye.